Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the current drama going on surrounding Diablo 4. And I know this game has been a roller coaster of drama the past few months, and normally I don't really interact with it, because frankly, some people just love to complain. But this one, I have to say, I am on the side of the fans. This recent move by Blizzard is definitely a strange one, and maybe something they need to rethink. So, let's just get into it. So what exactly am I talking about? Well, it's mainly two things, completely unrelated, but at the same time, not so much. So first, let's talk about the first thing. So a few days ago, Blizzard announced that they will be doing a cool launch release contest. The first 1,000 players who meet all of the eligibility requirements and reach level 100 on hardcore will receive a very expensive Diablo 4 statue with the player's tag engraved into it. This statue will also be displayed at BlizzCon for all of the fans to view. There is a bit more to the contest, and if you're interested in participating, I will link to it in the description. But that all sounds pretty amazing, right? These statues run anywhere from $950 to $1,100, and to have them displayed for other fans to view at BlizzCon, it's all a pretty big deal to a Diablo 4 player. I, like you, thought this was pretty cool. Then I read some negative tweets. And at first I was like, more whiners, what now? But after reading a few, I have to say I agree here. You see, there are two very important things here that Blizzard either isn't considering or blatantly ignoring. First, if players pay extra when buying the game, they get 4 days early access. That's 4 days of leveling before other players who didn't buy that version. So Blizzard is now saying, well, in order to participate, you'll need to spend $100+ on the most expensive release. Now I know they aren't really saying that, but 4 days is an eternity in a race to 100. People who start 4 days later will have no shot at catching up. Now, that is bad enough, and of course they should simply just lock hardcore till the release, or figure out a way to make only characters created after X date are eligible or something. But that's not the only issue. There's another even bigger one. Content creators, that's a big problem. Many of these people have received and have been playing advanced copies, which isn't unusual. Somebody of course had to test it. But what it does, and let's not pretend, is it gives a huge advantage and puts them in a position to all claim one of these statues in a frankly unfair way. These players have experience in the game. They've even played to endgame. They know where every event is, which dungeons provide what aspects, the most efficient paths to level, potential experience or legendary exploits that currently exist in other zones well beyond the Fractured Peaks. And the Fractured Peaks is all the rest of us have ever seen. They know every location to every Shrine of Lilith, just about everything, because these are content creators, and our job is to test everything and know everything about the game that we can learn. And don't think they haven't taken notes and have spreadsheets and all this stuff. This will almost clutch them a spot in the top 1,000, clearly giving them a knowledge advantage that the average player simply won't have. Now, when people started to complain about this, in response, Rod Ferguson tweeted this: "How does deleting all their progress and making them start at the same time as everyone else give them an unfair advantage?" Now, that's a really close-minded way to look at this. He either is completely out of touch with how World First races work, especially with such a huge prize, or he is lying to himself and the community. Of course, it gives them an advantage, a massive one. So large, I would go as far to say that it should disqualify them from even entering or winning, to be fair. Now, I likely won't even be making a hardcore character right away, so for me personally, I don't care. But for those who really want to compete and actually hope of winning, this is a straight kick in the nuts. And that's just the truth. I mean, Diablo 4 has a static map. The dungeons always offer the same unlocks. The events are always in the same places. They even know the complete story and directly where to go to complete it. This would mean they've already planned the most optimized way of leveling. To me, this is just ridiculous and has to be some sort of troll. And in this case, I completely understand why the community is so angry. So, let's have a look at some of the tweets and see what the community thinks. Red Mercy says, "Man, seeing all the D4 dev team so out of touch for so many things, marketing, KFC, dev live streams, etc., makes me genuinely worried about the game. And the recent fake Q&A did not help." Polar Bear says, "Because you can't delete the information in their head and the theory crafting they've already done." The Saga says, "Because a player who already knows everything about bosses, acts, and how gear and level will have an advantage over players who never done it. Exactly the same way someone who trained for a marathon months in advance would win a race against someone who just heard about it." Nick Weichart says, "They've played the game through already. That's like saying people who see a movie earlier don't know what happens in the movie that they've already seen. If you've seen it, you know more than someone who has not. Pretty simple logic. I would have guessed an SVP would get it." Anyway, just about all of these comments, as you can see, pretty much express the same feeling. I really hope they come up with a solution to this because I can see this as a huge scar on the launch. Many people are going to become very angry as the content creators start displaying their statues in videos and unboxings, and it's going to leave a bad taste in the mouth of the community. What do you guys think? Is this fair? Or a clear content creator advantage with an actual tangible reward? Let me know in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.